Welcome back. Well, education will again get the lion's share of the budget, but the money allocated does not balance out with the performance of some education departments, especially in the Eastern Cape. The province was again the poorest performer for the matric class of 2016. Inadequate infrastructure also hampers teaching and learning in the province, which is exacerbated by under-expenditure.
The Jongile Nompondo Public School in Startaram, 900 plus pupils, but not a drop of water. The school's water and sewage system collapsed 8 years ago. Its pleas have gone unheeded. Water supply has been cut due to an outstanding account of 300,000 rand as a result of the leaking system. Sanitation is a major problem.
How can a girl go there with periods? Like, other girl will look like her. So horrible. I can't feel good about it. And it's bad. The department must do something about those. And we need toilets urgently.
We are not comfortable at all because we are girls, so we need privacy. So there we don't have a privacy. We have to go to toilet there. You see, there are diseases.
Education is severely compromised.
There's an increased absence of learners at school, and when you investigate to want to know really what has caused the absence, you'll find that it's related to the unavailability of toilets here at school. And moreover, it's not only the kids that are suffering, the teachers as well.
The problem is the dignity of us as the SGB members, the community of the Mlungis location, the dignity of our teachers at this school is dropped down.
The education department says the school is receiving attention.
We are sure that before the end of this month, the whole issue will be fixed because Amatole will be fixing it as our implementing agent.
This school is one of many struggling with infrastructure problems. During the previous financial year, the Eastern Cape Education Department forfeited more than 500 million of a 1.5 billion rand infrastructure grant for failing to use it. The Public Service Accountability Monitor says this borders on criminal conduct.
There's a lack of political will. Many of these senior public servants hold favour in the political party that they're members of. And until such time as one has action taken that will root this out, it will continue to occur. People are protected, people do not take their job seriously, and their bosses follow suit and don't adhere to the law.
The Education Department also urges schools to use their maintenance budget and not wait until the problem spirals out of control. Busisi Wejemsana, SABC News, Startaram.
Well, the Finance Minister will be giving the framework for the financial year ahead this afternoon. People in rural areas have already shown interest in how they want their communities to be developed and revitalized, with agriculture playing a big role. For more on the hopes and expectations of rural communities, our reporter Unati Bengosi is standing by at the University of Fort Hare. Unati, a very good afternoon to you. So let's just clarify for our viewers that you're in Alice, which is a university town. So looking at life in a university town and how today's budget affects people there and what their needs are.
A very good afternoon to you, Natasha, and a warm welcome to all our SABC News viewers. Indeed, we are coming to you live from the rural town, the university town, and it's not just your average university that I'm talking about. It is the one and old University of Fort Hare. This is one of the most underdeveloped towns in the country, and the issue of infrastructure is top of the agenda. I mean, it is struggling to even attract some of the highest academics to come and work at this university because of the lack of infrastructure at this institution. And you know that this is an institution that has produced the likes, some of the highest caliber of leaders, men and women of high esteem. Among them, I can count former President Nelson Mandela, Ivy Matsipe Kasabure, Mama Mantoma Shabalala Msimanga, some of whom have long departed this world, and I'm sure they'll be very, very disturbed to see at how minimal developments have happened here in this institution since they have left it, rather at this town. However, to speak more about the hopes and expectations of the people of rural towns like this one, we are now joined by someone who's well versed on issues of economics. She is the head of the chairperson of Nedbank, and of course she is at the economics department here at the University of Fort Hare. Ma'am, a very good morning to you, rather a very good afternoon to you. The minister will take to the podium in less than 2 hours' time. Rural towns like this one, what can they possibly be looking to hear from the speech?
I'm looking at towns like this, and I think others all over the Eastern Cape. Some of the key issues, of course, as you may be aware, the demonstrations around is employment. You know that in the Eastern Cape, the largest employer is the government, and the government cannot expand its employment. We know that it already doesn't have enough fiscal space. So really, we don't see any, expansion of employment. So we are looking for investment that is going to expand employment. What is going to fund small and medium enterprises? We are rich with resources. We are looking at expanding energy production in this province. What is going into infrastructure in order to expand employment in this province? I think that's what we're looking for.
Agriculture, I understand, is at the backbone of economics in this area, and I understand that the University of Fort Hare's agricultural department has found its feet. And of course, not far from here, we've got the Fort Cox College. How important is agriculture in rural towns like this one?
Agriculture is extremely important in rural areas like this one. And I was just reflecting when I was thinking about the budget speech, reflecting about the medium-term budget speech that was given, and I saw how marginal the increase in the agriculture budget is predicted to be. And of course, that's an area of concern for us because we need more investment in agriculture. A huge part of the Eastern Cape is actually arable land. There's very little agriculture, however, which is taking place. And we know that the issue of transformation is also very key. Therefore, investment and putting money into agriculture and land reform is extremely important in getting more people involved in commercial agriculture, and also to encourage small and medium-scale farmers as well to commercialize and get into the market. So agriculture is really critical. However, on that note, you mentioned our Department of Agriculture. I do have to say that the university is working, and I'll give an example of the collaboration with the Nkonkove Development Agency, where the university is collaborating with seed production for the purposes of using it in this province. So I think that we are looking to see some form of further increase in agriculture. Of course, it's important to see how that filters down to us as a small town, but it is important to have that increase.
Prof, let us not take up any more of your time. Thank you very much for availing yourself. It's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you very much. Well, that was Professor Muna from Economics right here at the University of Fort Hare. From here, we will definitely go into town, and I can always assure you that the rural people of this town would not be so much interested in what the minister will be saying, other than hearing by how much will he increase the social grants. I mean, like the professor has said, unemployment is very rife here, and a lot of people are dependent largely on social grants. So they will keep an eye, a close ear, to hear what the minister is going to say about the amount he will increase the social grant by. With that, from myself, Unati Bingose, and cameraman Akobila Vena, it's a wrap from the University of Fort Hare in Alice.
Unati, thank you very much. Well, from Fort Hare University in the Eastern Cape, we cross now to Wits University in Johannesburg. Our reporter Griselda Lewis is there. Griselda, good